What's up, everybody? Telling you what's coming up today on the Stick to Live Hockey Podcast. We've got an awesome show, all presented by Parks Casino, Park Sportsbook, and the great Sportsbook app. And today, I love talking to this guy so much. Kevin Woodley from In Goal Magazine is going to be our guest. I don't know if people don't know Kevin. I've had him on before on the podcast, on live streams, on this podcast, on the Flyers Daily podcast as well. And he has been dubbed by Elliot Friedman from Hockey Night in Canada and Sportsnet as the goalie whisperer. Quite the name. And Kevin runs In Goal Magazine. He's been breaking down the position. I get a cough. Jeez. It's like this time of year. Hopefully my mute button worked for you guys. But anyway, Kevin Woodley will join us today. He also writes for NHL.com and covers the Vancouver Canucks. So a lot going on out there. We'll talk to Kevin about Carter Hart, about Martin Jones, about the Olympic teams. We'll talk about the technical elements of the position. We'll talk about what it's like for a goalie to deal with NHL players trying to do the Michigan goal. Because we saw another variation of that last week when Trevor Zegras flipped it over the net to Sonny Milano and the Anaheim Ducks scored. So we'll talk about that. There's tons to get into. If you guys have questions, we'll get into those as well. You can post them right on the streams, and we'll ask Woody about some of those. But it is Kevin Woodley today. It's a Kevin Woodley Monday on the Stick to Hockey Live podcast, all presented by Parks Casino and the Sportsbook app. Make sure you download the app, get that $500 risk-free bet. You can't bet on the NHL tonight, though, because there's actually no games tonight. There was supposed to be a game, but Calgary is now postponed with 6 players and a staffer in COVID protocol. So no NHL games tonight. It's a dark night, but there's tons to talk about with Kevin Woodley. Make sure you follow the Parks social channels at Parks Sportsbook. Follow him on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all those different places. And we'll have the Stick to Hockey Live podcast with Kevin Woodley coming up at 1 o'clock today. Make sure you join us. And if you can't, you can always check it out on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all the different audio on-demand sites as well. So Stick to Hockey Live coming up at 1 o'clock today with Kevin Woodley. Thanks, everybody.